Welcome to the OT, presented by Ford.
All right, it's not often you get outscored 19-0 in the fourth quarter and still win, but the Baltimore Ravens hang on and knock off the Dallas Cowboys, get their first victory of the season. Jimmy, a wild fourth quarter, but Baltimore survives.
Yeah. Tom Brady said it on the telecast. When you can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, stopping the run and running the football, it opens up your entire game. Today, Baltimore rushed for 274 yards. And that allowed them to put themselves in a position just to kind of run the clock out. And then on the other side of the ball, rush the passer against Prescott. Now, Cowboys did a great job of coming back and getting back into the ball game, but it was too little, too late.
You talked about all the rushing yards for the Baltimore Ravens. More than 240 of them, and 3 of their 4 touchdowns on the day put together by Derrick Henry and the quarterback Lamar Jackson, who are both standing by with Tom Rinaldi.
An incredible victory in the end, which looked like it was going to be easily in hand. Derrick Henry alongside. Let me ask you, heading out for that last drive with less than 3 minutes to go, what was the mindset, Derrick?
Yeah, coach was saying get the first down. We get the first down, basically game is over. So that's what our main focus. L did a great job getting north to south. I mean, L is L, so it speaks for itself. So great team win, though.
John Harbaugh told me coming out, Lamar, that you gathered the guys, you were the final voice coming out for second half, and your one word was finish, which has been a challenge. What did you learn here in these last 3 minutes?
Man, the game not over till it's 0-0 on the clock. I don't like how things went to going towards the end. I felt like we should have put more points on the board. We should have just put the gas on the pedal when we was up 28-6. But we got dubbed, man. We just going to regroup Tuesday.
How much did this group need this win?
We needed it bad, because I believe some people was on suicide watch. so we definitely got the dub. We just got to keep going.
Derrick, this is what you were brought here to do, to carry the rock and carry the load this way. How did it feel to get this opportunity today?
Yeah, we just wanted to establish a run game, be physical on the line of scrimmage, and get runs north and south. We trust and believe in it. O-line doing a great job, tight ends blocking, fullback blocking. Everybody's doing their job, and we play as one, then everything will work out the way we wanted to. I'm glad that it paid off today.
Appreciate it, both of you guys. Appreciate it. Great win, guys.
Yeah, I like these two guys were key. This is the identity of this football team. They control the lines of scrimmage. They ran the football. Lamar, in his own way, creative play calling. Derrick Henry, this is why he was brought there. I like the way these two, Mike and I were just talking about, I like the way the two guys handled their business. The 12 penalties, again, that's been kind of that's so uncharacteristic of a Harbaugh coach team.
All right, we'll get inside that winning Baltimore locker room when we continue here on the OT, as well as some of the other victorious locker rooms, including the Rams, who had a heck of a comeback of their own in the second half as they took on San Francisco. And we'll also talk live to Tom Brady, who called that Baltimore-Dallas game. That's when we continue right here on the OT. All right, each and every week, Tom Brady will give out his LFG Player of the Game. You can catch it online, but you can also catch him right here on the OT as he joins us after calling the big game down there in Dallas. Thanks for joining us, TB. Tom Brady.
Tom, great to see you.
Great to be with you guys.
Great to always have you on.
I wish I could see you. I'm seeing him.
But we can see you. That's all that matters. You're eye candy right now. America loves seeing that pretty face, believe me. But
I love seeing your
we love hearing your voice. We love hearing you call this game, man. And we're sitting there. They showed a guy in the stands who had on something. They said 28-3, which was the score when your Patriots came back and beat Atlanta in the Super Bowl. You started talking about it. Then all of a sudden, Dallas turned it around. Do you think we're going to have that same result in this game?
I know you would just, when you're at that moment, you just think, how do I chip away? How do I chip away? And they actually came alive on offense. And one thing about this game, we said, how can they find production outside of CeeDee Lamb? And a lot of guys from Dallas stepped up. It was just too much Baltimore offense. And Derrick Henry went off. Lamar did what he does. And when those guys are doing their thing, man, it's hard for any defense to slow down. So there was a lot of defensive frustration from the Cowboys that's kind of expected with the way that Baltimore's offense played today.
I gotta ask you, when you saw Dallas getting ready for this game, did you think their defense could stop the Ravens at all? Because right now, man, they're giving up a ton of points, putting so much pressure. even on the offense, even possibly more so on the defense.
Yeah, I think there's hope that they can stop, but the reality is they're struggling on the inside trying to slow these run games down. And we had the Saints game last week, and they could never get him into a third down. And this is a team that's got a good pass rush. I'm sure Michael can talk about when you never get a chance to pass rush, you may have a great pass rush, but you can't make any difference in the game because you can't even get him to a third down. Today late, they actually got him to a couple third downs, got him off the field, but early on, when it's Lamar to the right, Lamar to the left, Derek to the right, Derek to the left, and then they had the boots coming off of those things, you're just such a moving target. And as a defender, I'm sure you get so hesitant. You don't know to rush, you don't know to drop, you're going side to side, and you can't be aggressive. So Dallas, they've got to get, obviously, that run game defense stopped. I do like what I saw in the pass game from Dallas. They got a lot of guys involved. Looks like they're a lot more difficult to stop when that happens. But this game to me was all about Baltimore's toughness. They're a tough organization. They got a tough head coach. They got battle-tested guys. You got to bring it for 4 quarters to beat a team like that.
Yeah. And they hung in to the fourth quarter. We'll see you next week. You've got the Eagles and your former team, the Buccaneers.
Have a good week, Tom.
Look forward to it. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Later, buddy.
You guys too.
All
Great
right.
seeing you guys.
All right.
All right. See you
Always
soon.
great to
Bye,
see
guys.
you.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. All right, let's get inside some of the winning locker rooms. Detroit held on to beat Arizona. Let's start there.
Here's what I love, man. This week we talked about it. This was one of those, man, gritty, like unglorious type of games you were going to need to play. And you did that across the board, man. And that's, at the end of the day, that's our baseline, man. That's our baseline.
So many guys, all right, that I want to be able to recognize. A couple guys that come to mind immediately. Where's a couple balls right here, Kev? All right, hey, how about Xavier Smith? Guys, that's a complete team win. When one phase isn't working, the other one has the other one's back. And then when it's time for the other phase to go, they do it. When the coach makes a couple bad mistakes, they have his back. When somebody we can't be great without the greatness of others. Yes, guys, I'm so proud of you.
We can talk all we want about resiliency, and we've talked about it. All right? I think the coaches do a great job of leading you. All right? I think the captains and the leaders lead you. Okay, I'll do my best to try to lead you in a positive way.
Everything the game did to us today, we responded, man. And that's going to create some tough people in here, man. We strong, man. Stay mentally strong, man.
Those roadblocks, that adversity, all the things that happen out here in the football field are going to happen to us the rest of our lives. And the best thing about this game is you have to learn grit or you don't survive. And grit is that fortitude that says, today I got to win. I got to get up and come back to work. I got to get up and get back with my family. I got to get up. You know what? I never stop getting up.
It's very rare when you get to come back to a place that gets rid of your ass. Right? Very rare. This guy was 13 and 19 for 202. 73 yards on the ground and another.
But the thing that was the key difference in the game that made it all happen was 274 yards rushing. My King Henry.
A lot of fun when you win football games.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's bring in Jay Glazer right now to get us all caught up on some of the injuries today. Jay?
Look, there's been a rash of injuries leading up to this week. Unfortunately, that trend continued today with a lot of big names. We'll start with Myles Garrett. Myles admitted that he has a foot injury going into today's game and aggravated it. He's getting an MRI tomorrow, so they'll get results tomorrow. Justin Herbert, we told you earlier today, he didn't know if he was going to play today. Actually aggravated that high ankle sprain during the game. Has to get further tests tomorrow. Eagles today, they had a big win, but they got banged up. Devonta Smith and Lane Johnson both suffered concussions, but they both did fly back with the team. And finally, Sam Darnold, big game for him, but he injured his knee in that game, getting an MRI tomorrow. Viking fans holding their breath.
All right, Sam Darnold threw 4 touchdown passes in that big win today. Much more to come here on the OT as we count down to the debut of Rescue High Surf. But right now, I tell you what, if you're Jim Harbaugh, You're thinking you're lucky stars. You got the MVP on your team. He proved it today as they got their first win.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. For NFL news and highlights, go to NFL.com.
Tubi is proud to be free for our teachers and kids who skip class to throw rocks at windows, because Tubi is free for everyone.
Let's go, go, go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, from the eastern shores of the Pacific Ocean here in Los Angeles, that'll do it for the OT presented by Ford. We thank you for spending the day with us. We'll see you next Sunday for Week 4 in the NFL, but don't go anywhere. It's the series premiere of Rescue High Surf starting on Fox right now.
Good show.